Hello everyone and welcome back to Dartmouth High's favorite news show, DHNN.
On today's episode, we have an exclusive interview with DHS Orchestra.
A recap of Marion Blumenthal Lazan's recent presentation at DHS.
And a highlight reel of DHTC production, The Elf the Musical.
Weather, lunch,
Announcements,
and much more.
DHNN starts now.
Hello folks and welcome back to DHNN. I'm your host, Sierra Hart.
And I'm Noel Motozo.
And we cannot wait to bring this week's episode to you.
Now it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Quick.
Wait, what's up?
We have some breaking announcements.
Well, what are you waiting for? Roll them.
Dartmouth's Finest. Seniors. Dartmouth's Finest signups are starting now. QR codes to access the Google Forms signups will be displayed on posters around the school. There is also a link posted on Google Classroom. See Ms. Grieve or Mr. Lima with any questions. Make sure to fill out the sign-up form to be part of Dartmouth's Finest. Best Buddies. Best Buddies will be holding a bingo event on Wednesday, January 22nd, during PACE in room B20, Miss Augustus room. Come have some fun and win prizes. Sign up in the Best Buddies PACE class.
Welcome back to DHS News. I'm your host, Ella Gates, this just in. Do you know the rules of the road when walking or biking to school? Well, we have a reporter, Bella Rabello, live on the scene outside of our school, here to shed some light on today's topic. Take it away, Bella.
That's right, Ella. Road safety goes way beyond just wearing helmets and looking both ways at crosswalks.
Can you tell us more about road signs and what they are?
Signs like school speed limit signs and crosswalk assembly signs are important to keeping students and pedestrians safe.
Are there any street markings that people should be aware of when out on the street?
Arrow markings, which are represented by a green stripe with white arrows, indicate that the street is being shared by drivers and bikers. Drivers should also be aware of bike boxes. These ensure the safety of our bikers as they commute.
How can other drivers and pedestrians avoid tragedies like this?
Drivers, bikers, and pedestrians can all avoid tragic accidents by being aware of each other and road signs. Back to you, Ella.
This has been DHS News.
We've had a pretty warm January so far.
I know, we finally got some snow, but it really wasn't enough.
Well, let's head to our 7-day weather forecast to see what's in store.
Hello, I'm Chris Levine and I'm here with your 7-day forecast. On Sunday, it'll be snowy with a high of 39 and a low of 16. On Monday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 24 and a low of 8. On Tuesday, it'll be mostly sunny with a high of 20 and a low of 6. On Wednesday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 18 and a low of 5. On Thursday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 26 and a low of 16. On Friday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 32 and a low of 19. On Saturday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 35 and a low of 23. That's your 7-day forecast. Back to the news desk.
Next up, we have a big story for you.
The DHS Orchestra will soon be departing on a week-long trip to Spain.
And we got the inside scoop on some of their plans and how they got started.
Let's roll the clip.
Ready, go.
Hi, who am I with today? Arrow Gove. Can you tell me a little bit about your position in the orchestra?
Yeah, so I am a junior viola player. Currently, me and my sim partner are second chair.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite piece so far? Are you liking them?
I like most of the pieces that we're doing for right now, at least. Moldau is definitely a beautiful piece where you can really get creative with it, as well as its difficulty isn't like other pieces we've played as a full orchestra. So it's really cool to kind of see it all come together.
Hi, who am I here with today?
Navaya, Savannah.
Awesome. Can you guys tell me a little bit about your position in the orchestra, what you play, your etc.?
I am a senior in the first violin. I've been playing since 5th grade. Yeah, I'm vice president. I've been I've been playing since the 5th grade, and I am senior.
Cool. How much are you guys practicing? Like inside of school, outside of school? Like what kind of commitment is preparing for this trip for?
Almost every day of the school week, we have rehearsal, and then maybe an hour out of the week on my own, I'll practice at home. Yeah, we normally practice 4 to 3 times a day, not 4 to 3 times a day, 4 to 3 times a week during the school week, and then I normally bring my violin home on the weekends to practice.
Hi, who am I with today?
Hi, my name is Heather Church, and I am the orchestra director here at the high school.
Awesome. So about the Spain trip, what are you guys planning to do there?
Well, we are going on an 8-day trip to, should I be looking at you?
Doesn't matter.
Great. We're going to be going on an 8-day trip. We are starting in Barcelona. We're going to Valencia, and we are also going to Alicante. We are meeting the most important part of this trip specifically, because it is a performance tour, is that we're working with 3 different groups while we're over there. So the Dartmouth High School students will be performing with students from Spain in 3 different locations. We're going to play music on our own. We'll listen to the other groups play some music, and at each location we'll play a couple of joint pieces.
That's so cool. What kind of opportunities do you think that this gives the orchestra?
I have been traveling with the orchestra since I first started here in Dartmouth over 20 years ago, and I do this because when I was in college, for the first time I left the country and I lived in England for a year, and I got to travel extensively while I was there. It just broadened my mind in so many ways, and it keeps my life exciting, and I just want to expose all of our students who may not have the opportunity to leave our area to experience the world at large.
Recently, author and Holocaust survivor Marian Blumenthal-Lizan spoke to the student body of DHS and other regional high schoolers about her experience during the Holocaust.
Her presentation spanned an hour and covered all matters of subjects, with the most important message being one of hope and perseverance.
The following is a highlight of key parts of her presentation, but if you are interested in learning more, we suggest you watch the full presentation on our YouTube channel.
Here's the story.
I'm Will Higgins, an English teacher at Dartmouth High School, and I'd like to welcome you all to today's special presentation. We've read about history in our textbooks, we have Googled topics on the internet, we've even watched documentaries on the History Channel, but there are very few opportunities in our lives to actually listen to someone who has survived and truly lived moments of history. Today, you'll have the unique experience and privilege of hearing firsthand from a woman who is both a witness to and, as a Holocaust survivor, a victim of history. I hope that you will listen, understand, and appreciate the message of hope, courage, and compassion that she will share with you today. It's my honor and privilege to introduce to you our special guest, Mrs. Marian Blumenthal-Lizan.
We are all aware, or we should be, that 6 million Jewish people were murdered during the Holocaust. 6 million. Your state of Massachusetts has a population of approximately 7 million. Can you possibly imagine almost the entire population of Massachusetts wiped out? The 6 million also represent 1/3 of the entire pre-World War II Jewish population. Among them were 1.5 million children just like you. We also need to remember that there were 5 million non-Jews who lost their lives. Among them were the righteous Gentiles, as we refer to them. Very special people, non-Jews, who jeopardized their lives to save Jewish families. They would hide them in the attics. They would hide them in the basements. Farmers would hide them out in the barns. They were hidden in convents. And when these good people were caught doing what they felt was the right thing to do, they also were deported to concentration camps and in many cases lost their lives. And that brings me to another message. We must never generalize and judge an entire group by the actions of some within that group. These are all universal messages, messages that each and every one of us is familiar with, but need to be reminded of over and over again. And this certainly was a good opportunity to do so. These messages are the lessons learned from that dark period of our history, and certainly apply to today's world situation, and definitely to our own individual lives. By listening, I hope that you prevent our past from becoming your future. And this would not have been possible without this technology. And talking about technology, please, you guys, use it for good only. Use this technology for good only. Do not disparage others. Do not intimidate others. Do not embarrass your friends. And please don't believe everything you see on the internet and on the, what is this thing called, social media. Don't believe everything. There's so much misinformation out there. Use your own bright, brilliant minds before you make decisions and before you lead anyone's thinking or anyone's way of life. Use your own. Be good and kind and respectful towards one another, please. And unfortunately, there are those out there who deny that the Holocaust has happened. They have their own agenda. You know it did happen. You heard it firsthand. Pass it on to others. And never forget to be kind and good towards one another, please.
Last but certainly not least, the Dartmouth High Theater Company recently concluded their production of Alf the Musical.
The show was a smash hit, selling out all 3 shows.
Here's the highlights.
Everywhere he goes, he has to tell the world he's singing.
It's almost Christmas and I'm singing. And I love Santa, so I'm singing. Santa!
Oh, buddy, you know that just cuts through my brain like a knife. Sorry, it is very important. Don't make eye contact with anybody.
Okay, but which direction in New York?
Buddy, it's south. We're in the North Pole. Everything is south.
Oh, I'm gonna try my best to be everything you'd expect of me. I promise that I won't stop until I'm done. So someday you can say I'm the world's greatest son.
Walter, it's 5 days away and we don't even have a tree.
What's the big brouhaha over fa-la-la-la? It's a childish ordeal. I mean, flying reindeer, let's get real. Old Santa sleigh just brings more bills to pay. So I gotta work or feel the squeeze. Money doesn't grow on Christmas trees.
Give the world a holiday that's bright as can be. Make it sparkle, jolly, twinkle, twinkly.
sticks. Now if only I thought you were real.
Keep on singing all season long. Think of the joy you'll bring if you just close your eyes and sing. And if you're short on cheer, think about that year you woke up to find that brand new snow had fallen. The ornaments you made way back in second grade.
Never fall in love. Never fall in love with an elf.
It's as clear as a jingle bell. If you were single, well, don't fall in love with an elf.
Though I can't complain, 'cause if I'm insane, that means you are too. So why don't we make a pact, a solemn pledge to be exact, that Santa's real, in fact he always was. I know I've had my doubts before, but now there's proof I can't ignore. So why deny it anymore? There is a Santa story of Buddy the Elf. Let's live again.
Buddy! You did it! You saved Christmas! Say, do you want to come back to the North Pole with me? No thanks, Santa. I'm okay right here. The joy you'll bring if you just close your eyes. If you just close your eyes. If you just close your eyes. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Say, do you know what's for lunch this week?
I'm not sure. You know what that means?
It's time for the lunch show!
DHS lunch menu, Monday, January 20th, no school. Tuesday, January 21st, Philly cheesesteak. Wednesday, January 22nd, Cowboy burger with Asian flavor sampler. Thursday, January 23rd, Bang Bang chicken rice bowl. Friday, January 24th, buffalo chicken melt.
Hello everyone, my name is Firefighter Anthony, and here are 5 safety tips to use to make sure you and your family are safe. 1. Watch your cooking. Stay in the kitchen when you are frying, boiling, grilling, or broiling food. If you must leave, even for a short time, turn off the stove. 2. Smoke outside. Ask smokers to smoke outside. Have sturdy, deep ashtrays for smokers. Before you throw away any butts and ashes, make sure they are out, and dousing them in water or sand is the best way to do it. Number 3, inspect for electrical hazards. Replace cords that are cracked or damaged, have broken plugs, or have loose connections. Have your home electrical system inspected by a qualified professional. Number 4, keep matches and lighters out of reach. Keep matches and lighters up high and out of the reach of children, preferably in a locked cabinet. 5, use candles carefully. Keep lit candles at least 1 foot from anything that can burn. Blow out your candles when you leave the room or go to sleep. Consider using battery-operated candles and never leave candles near windows because there are curtains, draperies, and shears. There you have it. That is 5 safety tips to use to make sure you and your family are safe. I'll see you later, and make sure to stay safe.
We've reached the end of today's episode.
Thank you so much for watching.
On next week's episode, we will have a preview of the upcoming TED Talks
and highlights from our recent Poetry Out Loud competition.
and much, much more.
Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to catch DHNN's the moment it releases, and as well as our other shows.
We've been your hosts. I'm Sierra Hart.
And I'm Noel Matozo.
We will see you next time on DHS's Top News Show, DHNN.